Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. These days, we are covering some important MCQs of non-fiction, which is very important for all the literature competitive exams. 50 questions in the form of first 5 videos. We have already covered 50 more to go. Today, it is the turn of video number 6 and we will start from question number 51. Please keep telling me your score in comments. Let us proceed to the video now. These are the most repeated questions of non-fiction genre that we will cover in this series. Here comes question number 51. Verses on the death of Dr. Swift is written by whom? The correct answer here is Jonathan Swift itself. Verses on the death of Dr. Swift was written in 1739. This was written after the majority of Swift's well-known work had already been completed and published, and the reader may be shocked at the tone adopted in this poem because it is uncharacteristically self-serving, and Swift adopts the different tone to allow the speaker bearing his own name to express untruths. And Swift did not write this poem as a confessional poet, but rather as a vehicle to promote the development of better human behavior and morals. The poem is actually more like an essay rather than carrying the features of poetry. Next question, question number 52. Heteroglossia. The term heteroglossia refers to which of the following? The correct answer is option number B, the juxtaposition of multiple voices in text. Mikhail Bakhtin की दी हुई ये term है. He was a Russian philosopher. In discourse in the novel, Mikhail Bakhtin argues that heteroglossia, or diversity of voices or language, is one of the essential properties of novels. Next question, question number 53. Margaret Drabble is the author of which of the following? The correct answer is The Witch of Exmoor, option B. The Witch of Exmoor एक 1997 का novel है by Margaret Drabble, and the novel is a social novel, actually more like an essay with a focus on explaining the state of post-Thatcher Britain. मार्गरेट थैचर के बाद किस तरीके से ब्रिटेन की कंडीशन रही उसके बारे में है ये नॉवल, मोर लाइक एन एसे, द विच ऑफ एक्समूर. Next question, question number 54. Lord Byron's The Vision of Judgment is a satire directed against which of the following writer? Correct answer option D, Robert Southey. The Vision of Judgment is a satirical poem again written by Lord Byron, which depicts a dispute in heaven over the fate of George III's soul. It was written in a response to poet laureate Robert Southey's A Vision of Judgment 1821, which had imagined the soul of King George triumphantly entering heaven to receive his due. And The Vision of Judgment by Byron is a response to the poetry of Robert Southey. Next question, question 55. Tom Paine's The Rights of Man was published in which year? The Rights of Men 1791. Rights of Man 1791 is a book by Thomas Paine including 31 articles, posits that popular political revolution is permissible when a government does not safeguard the natural rights of its people. तो इसमें बताया गया है कि पॉलिटिकल रेवोल्यूशन हो सकता है और होता है जब गवर्नमेंट फेल हो जाती है टू सिक्योर द natural rights of its citizens. Paine's most well-known book was in part we can call a defense of the revolution, and was thus perceived as an attack on the monarchy in Britain at that point of time. Next question, question number 56. Shelley, yes, we are talking about P.B. Shelley. Shelley was expelled from the Oxford University due to the publication of which of the following texts? The correct answer here is option B, Necessity of Atheism. Necessity of Atheism was an essay on atheism by English poet P.B. Shelley, Parsi Besh Shelley, printed in 1811. The Necessity of Atheism, published in 1811 was the reason of expulsion from Oxford of its author and his roommate Thomas Jefferson Hogg. उनके एक रूममेट थॉमस जेफरसन हॉग वो भी एक्सपेल हुए थे उनके साथ. University College expelled both Southey, Shelley and Hogg for refusing to admit Shelley's authorship of Necessity of Atheism. उनसे बार बार पूछा गया कि ये ऐसे किसने लिखा है, but they did not reply and that was the reason both of them were expelled. Next question, question number 57. Who famously said 3 or 4 families in a country village is the very thing to work on? Correct answer is option D, Jane Austen. 3 or 4 families in a country village is the very thing to work on, and I hope you will do a great deal more and make full use of them. While they are so very favorably arranged, this is an advice to writers कि हर जगह पर 3 या 4 ऐसी फैमिलीज होती हैं जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होती हैं, जिनकी लाइफ ऐसी होती है कि उनको फिक्शन की फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट किया जाए रीडर्स को. एंड शी सेज कि अगर इन 3-4 फैमिलीज पर कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया जाए तो दैट कैन बी अ फेवरेबल थिंग फॉर राइटर्स. Next question, who amongst the following does not belong to the great tradition enunciated by F.R. Lewis? The Great Tradition is a book of literary criticism written by F.R. Lewis, published in 1948. In his work, he names Jane Austen, George Eliot, Henry James, Joseph Conrad as the great English novelist, and all these 8, including Charles Dickens, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Herman Melville, and Edgar Allan Poe. We have successors of Shakespeare. This is what he says. So option number B, James Joyce. James Joyce is the one of whom we do not find any mention in the Great Tradition 1948. Next question, question number 59. On the knocking at the gate in Macbeth is a longer essay by which of the following? The correct answer is option C, Thomas de Quincey. This essay focuses on the feelings of Shakespeare and it evokes in his audience rather than analysis of language techniques, stage directions, poetic meter and rhythm, or other technical features of writing. On the knocking at the gate in Macbeth is an essay in Shakespearean criticism by English author Thomas de Quincey, first published in the October 1823 edition of London Magazine. Next question, question number 60 and last question for this video, this part of the video. Samuel Pepys kept his diary from which year to which year? Samuel Pepys और उनकी डायरी दोनों बहुत फेमस है. He was an English diarist and naval administrator, and he served as an administrator of the Navy of England and member of Parliament. Most famous for the diary he kept for a decade while still a young man. और वो decade था 1660 to 1669, and this work has been selected by scholars as being culturally very important and is part of knowledge base of civilization as we know it, and the work was reproduced from the original artifact and remains as true to the original work as possible. The detailed private diary that Pepys kept from this 1660 to 1669 was first published in 19th century and is one of the most important primary source of English Restoration period. It provides combination of personal revelation and eyewitness accounts of great events such as, in events को आप लोग याद रखिएगा, that can also be a question. Great Plague of London, तो Great Plague को याद रखिएगा, the Second Dutch War and the Great Fire of London. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग कवर करेंगे क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 से 70 तक and all the important topics that have been asked in previous 10 to 15 years. Those topics are included in these videos. These videos are really going to be very helpful for you. So best of luck for your exams and please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel.